Good morning. Welcome to the lake bed of King of the Hammers. We're new here. I just woke up, had no idea where I was at last night. Had a rough idea that I was going to be on a lake bed. Thought it was going to be pretty dusty. Let me tell you, it is. This is air quality out here. Super excited to hit some trails, super excited to see what it's about. Go check out the vendor row, all the trails, all the events that we can. We're only here for 3 days, and I gotta take the bug out of the garage. Howdy, howdy, let's get rowdy. Welcome to the 2022 Rut Gear Experience at King of the Hammers. This is the first time we've been, so we're gonna go ahead and show you what it's about. First off, get ready. Second, Jess gets to drive in a 4400 Ultra 4 car. Then we finish it off with some wheeling, and we meet up with flex rocks and rollovers and hit Chocolate Thunder. Before we head off and find some trails, I want to give a big shout out to Nick and Tamara with Nelson Motorsports for inviting us to their compound out here on the lake bed. This place was rad. They had it fully set up, smudge pots everywhere, put down the green grass. They also had Fern's semi-famous barbecue to make sure they were well fed, and gave us breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so we didn't have to think about anything but getting on the trail and experiencing the hammers. First person we ran into was John Grounds with Proving Ground Racing and Fly Off-Road. We came out, checked out his pit, and you know Jess, master of dirtbaggery, dirtbagged him into giving her a ride in the 4400 car up Chocolate Thunder. Let's see how this goes.
It's about a total of 3 minutes away. I guarantee you, I don't stand a chance.
recommend.
Yeah? Buying an Ultra 4 car?
Yes, I recommend it. You should do that.
So John said, once Jess drove in this, that she's gonna want one. So we'll see. Do you want one of these?
Do I get a rear steer and a Ultra 4 car?
That's about the answer I was expecting. Big shout out to John Grounds and Fly Off Road for giving Jess such a great opportunity of driving in that 4400 car. As we sit here, we're waiting for a buddy, Dustin, and there is zero service in the Hammertowns, so you really can't find anybody through calling them on a cell phone. So you just kind of like pick a good intersection and wait. But check out this traffic. The traffic jams at the Hammers are freaking real. If you come out here, expect a traffic jam of some of the coolest rigs you've ever seen, but it's still a pain in the butt. Blame that on California. It's just part of the nature out here, even off-road, gonna have traffic.
All right, we're heading out of Hammertown, and we're gonna go try to hit some trails. We're gonna do some starter easy ones, just get the feel and get the hell out of the Dust Bowl. It is crazy.
I can't keep my eyes open.
That's right, the dust is gnarly and we're trying to get out of here, get on some trails, run away from the dust, and get some wheeling in. We haven't wheeled yet since we've been here in the old rig, and I cannot wait to see what the trails look like. And yes, this is our first time, so I'm itching bad to get on those trails.
Hey guys, we're on a trail. I don't know what one it is, but we're on a trail finally. Yay! Day one of KOH, and we're finally on a trail. All these rocks have so much like dip marks. Just like so many scrapes on them. It's kind of crazy. You don't see that where we live. That's our buddy Dustin's rig, and he's got his girl driving up it. Super cool. She's doing really good. We might as well. There we go. We know we can't pick up all the trash in the world. Can't even pick up all the trash on the trail that we're ever on. But we do our best to pick up what we can and do our part. I'm picking up the trail, I promise. Sounds believable, right? Well, it's the truth. Also, I did it again. I'm wearing Uggs on the trail. Damn it, Jess. Super interesting because kind of reminds me of Havasu, the rocks and such, but it's like all super loose, and it's all diff catches. Every goddamn one of them.
Jess has been doing a great job pointing out the terrain out here. But I want to make a couple notes on this. I've never seen washes this wide. There's points where you can pick like 4 to 5 lines, and in Arizona we don't have that. We have either 1, maybe 2 lines sometimes, but mostly 1. You're just going up a very narrow crack. So very cool. Also, you're going to notice all the loose rock. I mean, everything in here is loose rock. Nothing's really planted. It's just big boulders laying on like really loose dirt. So when you're crawling over it, you might get over the front, but when your front gets over it, it's not grabbing anything. It's just digging holes in the dirt. So you're really fishing your front axle around to grab a big enough rock to pull you through. You'll see right here how my rears are just digging holes and just falling into the rubble, and then you're really hoping those front tires grab the traction, which these rocks out here, they've got a lot of traction, so it does help out. But it's just that crazy game you play of, trying to find the traction and then trying to stay out of the holes. But if you do get a hole, you just kind of got to work around, wiggle your way through it. It's definitely a different experience. Very bouldery, extremely loose, and everything's covered in dust. So kind of got to spin that dust off a little bit before you start biting traction. You'll see right here, I'm trying to work that front to grab traction. It's pivoting my rear on top of this rock and I'm carrying tire. But you just got to keep feeling it out and working it to get that forward progression, keep grabbing traction. You're gonna see up here, I'm doing a front dig just to realign myself. If I can hold my rears on a place that has traction, just use my front dig to pivot around. It really helps out. And you're gonna see right there, there's so many boulders that you just diff out and gotta back up, realign because you didn't see it. But just a ton of boulders, man. It's really amazing to think that the Ultra 4 cars come down this trail at 40 miles an hour. So really something to think about, really cool experience, and just looking forward to get out of this dust and do some more trail.
All this dust out here is wild. We are not used to that.
You would think Arizona would be super dusty with the saguaros and all that stuff.
Those dusty saguaros.
We ain't got nothing on Johnson Valley. This place is the dustiest place I have ever seen, flat out.
That first trail was Turkey Claw. It was a really good break-in trail, and to be able to see like what one of the trails that the Ultra 4 cars do go through, seeing all the boulders and everything like that. We did split off, and then we did SOS, and that's what we're finishing up on right now. When people find out it's going to be your first time at the King of the Hammers, they're all going to warn you about the dust. And like us, you're probably going to say, well, shoot, we're used to dust, no big deal. Well, definitely reconsider. If you look out there, there's a sea of fog between these mountain peaks, and it's just absolutely incredible the amount of dust that's produced out here. It does make sense. They do expect 70 to 100,000 people throughout the week, so this is definitely the result of it. But when people warn you about the dust, make sure you listen and make sure to consider it, because this stuff is real. Another thing, if you go to the King of the Hammers and you're looking to wheel like we do, make sure to stay out of the restricted racing areas, because if you end up in one of those areas when a race is going on, you could potentially put yourself and racers at danger.
Danger. No spectators beyond this point during race hours. Race in progress. Camera en de proceso. Español.
Now that we threw you guys down some safety tips, we're going to go ahead and work our way back into the dust storm. We're going to try to meet up, hopefully, with Marvin and Flex Rocks and Rollovers. He wants to show us a little bit of that nightlife out on Chocolate Thunder. I told him if I was froggy enough, I might be able to get into the mix with all of the Rev Tap and Toyotas. Look no further, we found him, and now we're heading to Chocolate Thunder to get a little rowdy in.
like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, you're gonna lock your hubs now?
Trails like this aren't really that hard, but you put in the night mix and then you add in the crowd that's going to cheer you on if you do well, and they're going to cheer you on 10 times more if you screw up. It puts a lot of pressure on. You can see this guy in front of me here. He forgot to put in his hubs just because there's a lot of pressure when you come up here, and that's what really makes the nightlife really fun. Add all that pressure, it pulls in a lot of potential for mistakes, which puts on a good show.
Oh, it scared me. What are you doing, Bronson?
Part 1 of our King of the Hammers trip was super rowdy and fun. We will have a part 2 coming out, so make sure to tune in to see what kind of rowdy we get into in that one. Best way to support this channel is by giving that subscribe button a little skiddly do, diddle that notification bell, give this video the fat finger, and leave us a dirty little comment. As always, thanks for wheeling with us.